Hello, I'm Mark Dolan. This is Wow 24/7, and with me at the Edinburgh International Fringe 2014 on the loft bar at the iconic Gilded Balloon are Julian McCullough and Tom Rhodes. Lads, welcome to a bench.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mark.
It's good. We last year there was no bench, so a lot of the money's gone in the furniture.
That's
and
great.
I hope it's working for you.
It's comfortable.
Absolutely.
I don't want to be unkind, but I hope you appreciate it.
I do, and I'm already uncomfortable, and I've been sitting on it for less than 30 seconds, so I hope this isn't very long.
That was always our plan, because we were worried, given it's the festival, that people would take to sleeping on it.
Yeah, that's good. This is the only country where outdoor light is not enough.
It's true. It's like, it feels at midnight.
It's still
isn't it?
too dark.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's remarkable. And this is like, people are walking around going on about how great the weather is today.
I know.
We're like, there's actually news reports about what's happened to Scotland.
Really?
People have never seen this much light before.
I looked up the weather the other day, and normally it's a sun and a cloud, or like a sun partially covered in cloud, and it was like this nuclear-looking symbol. I don't know if you looked up the weather here, but it was like it was like they were saying anything could fucking happen.
Yeah.
They're hedging their bets.
Nuclear things.
Just tell your family you love them. That's the weather forecast.
I'm very curious because you live in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And you're all over the world, but New York is your base.
I don't live anywhere.
Okay, I like that.
I've had everything in storage for 8 years.
Quite impressive.
And I've spent 6 months out of the United States traveling all over the world.
Where do you stand with this? Because people mock in Los Angeles. There's that famous Bill Hicks routine about how everyone goes on about how great the weather is in Los Angeles. And he said, yeah, well, in New York we're evolving, so screw you. But actually, I'm thinking, I disagree with Bill on that one. I think sunshine all the time, I have no problem with that.
Oh yeah, well I don't trust it. That's the problem. It's like when it's that sunny every single day, it's like a person who never isn't smiling, and you're like, what are you hiding? And it turns out it's like a deep alienation from everyone else in the human race.
Yeah, I don't think the best jokes have ever been written on a sunny beach.
Right.
I think the best jokes are written in horrendously shitty places. Scotland, England. That's why such great humor comes from Great Britain, because the weather sucks so bad.
Yeah.
That's a good theory.
Look, there's a lot of funny Canadians.
Australians are very funny, so that place must suck.
Yeah.
Pardon me, viewer.
Well, hello. So it's your first festival, and we're kind of on the home straight now. So what's your overview? Is it a thumbs up?
Well, I wasn't prepared. I wish I had worked harder on my poster. Right. I feel like this is more of a poster festival than anything else.
It is.
And I wish I just showed up a little harder in that department.
It's like Hollywood. It's all about the marketing budget.
Yeah.
Nothing about the content.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
correct.
Well,
what is
fun.
You describe the poster, because you just look quite handsome, don't you? And it's a bit of a.
I'm not even in my own poster. That's the
really?
problem. No, it's just
tactical error.
It's all it is the time and location of my show in black ink. That's it. So.
That's a shame.
It looks like an AA meeting.
There's no pleading face saying, please like me.
No. And there's no surprised white guy. I call it the surprised white guy who's like, oh, I didn't see you there. That's every poster.
Yeah.
It's like the guy that didn't know you were going to take his picture for his poster.
And are you physically broken yet?
Yeah, I finally got sick.
Good.
Because
it hasn't been a proper run at the Fringe unless one of your limbs falls off or something other. How are you coping, Tom?
I'm absolutely loving it, having the time of my life. I've never done the Fringe, so I wanted to do it first class. We rented a place in Stockbridge. My wife is playing the kitchen like a violin.
Great.
We had a perfect lasagna about 4 days ago. Yesterday she made fish pie.
That's great. And your poster's great.
My poster's great.
It's amazing.
I'm getting lots of sleep. I'm not drinking. I'm having a great festival. It's all about kicking ass at the shows and laughing with comedian friends.
Actually, unusually, because you were here a few.
Perfectly on cue.
You were here quite a long time ago, like the early noughties, and you went on a show called Late and Live, which is a notoriously tough gig, and you were verbally abused before you'd even started about being American. Now it's like everyone loves America again. Obama.
Thank God for Israel.
Yeah,
taking the heat off the Americans.
I think so.
Yeah, but no, I was here in August 2000, and it was an all-American show at Late and Live, hosted by Louis Schaefer, and it turned into the most anti-American hate rally ever. And the sound man played "God Bless America" as I came out, and I'm no flag waver. I'm proudly the communist of my family. and the audience is yelling, "Fuck you, go back to America, fuck you." So I always wanted to come here, because anytime I heard the word Edinburgh, I cringed.
Yeah.
Who do I punch?
But you it's
been my Vietnam for the last 15 years.
Right.
I've woken up in a cold sweat, thinking I'm still on that stage in Edinburgh. So I wanted to shatter that memory, which I already did. So I mean, I've had a.
You came back. And
I will have an exquisite memory of Edinburgh when I think of it.
Would you? I mean, will you consider both of you coming back, or was this just like a fun, weird experiment?
Well, I've been told, because I struggled with sales in the beginning, and I've had friends be like, "That's normal when the first time you come over, people might not know who you are, and it's okay. But the next time you come over, it'll be great." And I was like, "Wait, I have to do this again? Like, no." Like, my worst nightmare is that I got to do this again. That's, although I will have a better poster.
Although I think the Fringe is like a sort of it's a drug that is bad for you. It kills your body's ruined.
Well, I can already tell as a comedian because I didn't get I feel like I didn't get my due here. That like the monster inside is already like, wait till I come back and show them all. You know what I mean? Like that.
Oh, good. Now you're gonna wait 15 years. You're gonna cringe every time you're in Edinburgh.
Yeah.
I've had the opposite experience. I'm gonna leave here. I'm inspired to just start writing my ass off. And come up with a new show. I told myself coming here, I'm only going to do Edinburgh once. But now I'm here, I'm loving it. Seeing multiple shows every day, seeing all these phenomenal shows and brilliant performers, and it just, when I go do my show every night, it makes me raise my game. All I'm thinking about is just future jokes and shows.
Well, that's really good. I think what's lovely about that, I don't think there's many other environments where you can just live comedy for a month. It becomes your obsession. And
I would come here as a tourist just for a week to come see shows. That's how fantastic.
Right.
And that is like insane for a comedian to
Correct.
say.
That's weird almost. Yeah.
I feel the same way. It is really fun. And I don't want to give the impression that I'm not having a good time. I am having a good time. I'm just really good at complaining.
Come a little closer, Julian.
Oh, okay.
Did anything weird happen in any of the shows? Did you have any incidents?
Yes, last night.
What happened?
Last night I had very few people in the crowd.
Okay.
So if there's an issue, it's very apparent.
Yes.
And there was a couple that had recently broken up. And only the guy wasn't
giving it one more try at your show.
Yeah, exactly. And my whole show is about all my broken relationships. So it just keeps coming up. Breakups. And so I like incorporating the crowd. I enjoy, intimacy and talking to them and stuff. And so I figured out this story pretty quickly early in the show, and I would keep returning to them. And we found out eventually that the guy was just like still pining for this woman, and she didn't want to have anything to do with him. And it was palpable in the room, that this guy was heartbroken, and it really changed the tone of my show. And I don't think I helped him.
Yeah, right. It's amazing how stuff happening in the audience, obviously, but the public don't realize. They think it's TV and that they can come in, spill drinks,
break up with each other,
and we're just going to carry on.
I'll be over here eating a roast.
Unaffected. But what a comedian does, you sort of ride the waves of that kind of activity. But if there's a full-scale emotional breakdown happening in the front row, you're kind of forced to address it, aren't you?
You are, and they're forced to address it if it's you.
Now listen, here's a very, very cliche question, but I'd like to know the answer, which is audiences here at the festival, at the Fringe, different to, let's say, in the States? More attentive, less attentive, cleverer, more stupid, all the same?
They love stories here. Mm-hmm. They really stick with you. I mean, in that regard, it's more like theater, in that they really hang on the edge of their seat when you're telling a long dramatic story, where in like nightclubs in America you got to really get to the point. So that's,
they're like, I would have brought a book if I knew there was going to be a story. But here, they love it.
But it's I think it's like playing in New York or London or San Francisco or Hong Kong, where the audience is very multinational. All my shows, I had Irish guys, Norwegians, just every night. When I ask the different countries, it's always multiple countries. So I don't know. I think it's like playing in the best places.
Well, I think it's the best compliment to the Edinburgh Fringe that world-class talent like yourselves feel that it's worth coming here and being rained on for 4 weeks, right? Living off a diet of chips in order to pursue your art. So, guys, you did an amazing job, and it's been great seeing you. I hope to see you next year or in a few years' time once you've forgotten how horrible the experience is. A bit like pregnancy. You know what I mean? That's because I think there's a chemical that.
I gotta wait for the hormones to kick in.
That's it. To wipe it all, and then.
And all I remember is kebab. And I'm like, the kebab wasn't that bad.
How bad
I'm gonna go back.
Be? There you go. Julian McCullough and also Tom Rhodes, thank you for joining me. This is WOW 24/7.